Hey Pat, Nick O'Neill here with Leo Digital SEO. First, want to thank you for reaching out on Facebook, and second, I want to thank you for your patience, brother. I had about 65 plus business owners reach out for a custom video to each of their businesses, so it has taken a bit to do the research, put the video together, and get it sent out to everyone. But nonetheless, I do have the video here, and it's going to be given 3 points for your business and your website, and that's going to be content, backlinks, and citations. And then I'll show you the opportunity of taking these steps for your business and just how lucrative it can be for you, here in the near future if you end up doing these steps correctly. So, all right. So first things first is, very dope website, brother. The colors are mixing very well. But yeah, I digress. First things first is content, and generally Google likes to see on the home page 1,500 to 2,000 words. Now that's depending on competition and the number of keywords needed. If you're asking what a keyword is, Pat, a keyword is anything someone might type into Google when they're looking for a particular service or product. So in your content, you can place these keywords throughout to tell Google exactly what terms you want your website found for. For an example, some of your keywords could be, epoxy flooring. And actually, by the way, I used, Toronto as the competition, as I know you're over there in Bowmanville, but some of your keywords could be epoxy flooring Bowmanville, epoxy flooring Oshawa, epoxy flooring Toronto. You name it, right? Basically, service plus city equals keyword. And the reason I didn't use Bowmanville or Oshawa is because Toronto is not too far away, and it has the most potential that you can dig into. So I've got your word here in a word counter, and we see that you're at that 767 mark. You're going to want to get it to 1,500 for two reasons. Google doesn't consider your website a figurative authority until you hit that 1,500 mark. And reason number two is you don't want to miss out on any of these keywords I'm about to show you, as just one keyword could be, the difference in 5 to 15 jobs per month. So let's go ahead and take a look at the top competition in Toronto, and let's just take a look and see how they're stacking up on their homepage. So they're only at 565. Again, make sure you get to that 1,500 mark for those two reasons that I pointed out. So let's go ahead and take a look at, my tool Ahrefs. It's a tool that I use and pay for monthly. There are free tools out there that you can use, Pat, but this is what I go for. It gives me the all-in-one in one shot. So we got concrete your way, and we can see what words are being picked up for in Google. This would be a good keyword for you, right? Epoxy floor in Toronto, 250 people searching per month, and then they're getting 83 people from just that one word per month from it, and this is their ranking for it. So the next point that I'm going to have for you is going to be a backlink. And now a backlink is anywhere you find one website linking to another, or in this case, it's going to be one website linking back to Brush and Colors websites right here. So these links, they act like an endorsement of your website from others, which Google uses to build trust in your business by seeing other websites, vouch for you basically. To keep it simple, the best example that I can give of this is, in Google's eyes, it's literally like a popularity contest where the person with the most with the most websites pointing back to theirs is winning that quote unquote popularity contest. So if you're winning that popularity contest, it's going to be how you rank for this area right here when someone puts in, epoxy floor in Toronto or anything like that, right? So we got your website here in my tool Ahrefs. We see that you got 9 backlinks, and you've got 6 other websites pointing back to your page, whereas Concrete Your Way, Concrete Your Way has 25 backlinks and 22 other websites pointing back to their page. So they are winning, that quote unquote popularity contest. But the good thing is if it works for them, it will 1000% work for you. And we can go in and see exactly what websites they have pointing back to their page. And so these are the websites. I do want to point out that not all links are created equal. So, it is worth noting. It is worth noting to stay relevant to your industry, and local websites will work best, Pat. On to the last point that I got for you, and that's going to be your Google Business Profile, which you showed up when I actually put in epoxy flooring. You were actually, I think, the number one for epoxy flooring Bowmanville, looking pretty strong with 35 reviews. But let's go ahead and get your ranking for Toronto, right? So, And that's going to be onto this point of citations. And now a citation is anywhere your business name, address, and phone number are exactly as they're shown right here on the Google Business profile. And so these citations, they help you rank in this map pack here, which is extremely important for local businesses since they generate huge amounts of revenue. For an example, someone puts an epoxy floor in Toronto, Ontario. You want to be in that top 3 right there, right? Nobody's going to click more businesses or go to the second or third page of it. I mean, you just think of it from this perspective. If you ever did, restaurants near me or roofers near me, Google is giving you the top 3 of them, and everybody trusts Google. So they're most likely going to reach out to these guys first and foremost before anything else. Same applies with your business. And so back to these citations, they're included in directories like Yelp, Angie's, Expertise, BBB, and hundreds of others I'm sure you may have heard of. Social media accounts are great as well. For an example, on your Facebook business page, you want to put your business name, address, and phone number exactly as it's shown right here on your Facebook business page. And Google would see that and count that as one citation. And so then you got, Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, like the list goes on and on and on. And the idea is that your brand begins to be found by Google all over the internet. And the larger online presence is, the more Google trusts you. And once Google starts to see you more often than these cats right here, of course, the more likely it is they're going to rank you above them. So let's do a quick recap, and then I'm going to show you how this is going to be so lucrative for you. So once you get that content up of 1,500 to 2,000 words like we were discussing, right, and you're putting those keywords in there that I showed you, next you're going to want to get those backlinks going. You're starting to get other websites linking back to your page. You're winning that quote-unquote popularity contest. And last but not least, you're starting to kill it with those reviews, those citations. Well, let's go ahead and take a look at why that's going to be so lucrative for you. So we got Concrete Your Way, and we have them in my tool Airs, and we see they're bringing in roughly 400 people to their website by not doing too much off of those 3 points alone, right? So let's go ahead and say that this was, Brush and Colors website, and that you're killing those 3 points, right? And now you've got 400 people coming to your website per month. Let's say of those 400, let's say only 50 even decide to pick up the phone and say, hey, Pat, can you come bid on this job? We need you to do blah, 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 right? Let's say of those 50, even out of that, you and your team only close half of that. So that's 25 new jobs alone based off of those 3 points that I was talking about, right? And, it's not just limited to Toronto. It's not limited to, it's not just limited to Bowmanville. You can do Bowmanville, Oshawa, Toronto, and I'm not too sure how to say this, brother. Not going to lie to you, but I'm horrible with the names. But I mean, same principle applies for all the cities. It just depends on how much do you want to grow. You know what I mean? And so also, this number is also a lot higher as well. This is just my tool errors. Don't have Google's actual number, but the number's almost always higher. And so, yeah, Pat, this is what I do for a living, brother. Me and my wife had a reprieve, so we've been giving back to the epoxy community and our group as usual. If you did find yourself wanting to continue scaling the business, let me know. That is why I'm making this video. Start generating more leads online and generate more traffic for you and ultimately more revenue, because that's the end goal, right? Feel free to reach out. I can help you with some more information. Or we could talk about the goals and I can do some more research on top of what I've already done to find out exactly what could be realistic for the business and, what it might take to reach those goals. One way or another, Pat, I would just, ask and appreciate it if you would leave one line of feedback for this video. Let me know if something was, confusing, or maybe you had a question about something, or heck, maybe it was all great. Either way, just let me know. Again, my name is Nick O'Neill and my door is always open, brother. Feel free to reach out and looking forward to hearing from you soon.